ngibuyobhala ne. So bengibhala i-history. So mangisabhala there was a last essay question was about the Herero people of Namibia who were exterminated by the German soldiers, and the Cape San people, the Bushmen of South Africa, who were also killed by the commando squad. In my conclusion when I was closing there, I know very well it's either the person who will be marking that thing will call me, or I'll get zero on that thing. Because my closing statement was like, white people are very, very selfish people. Those Boers were very selfish people. So my statement was like, those people were very selfish, greedy people who wanted to take the land which didn't belong to them. Those undeserving bastards feel entitled in our African land. So, writing, it was supposed to be 3 pages, you say, but I only wrote 1 page and a half, because throughout writing that essay, I became frustrated, like, okay, throughout the whole 3 essays which I was writing, like, I tried when we write about Wanana and China Achebe, about how to write about Africa, because those Western, when they write about Africa, they write about as which Africa is only one country. It's a continent with one country underdeveloped. Meanwhile, Africa has more than 54 states. They don't really check that thing, but they check Africa is only one country which is underdeveloped, behind world history, and in a way it's undermined the African contribution in history. About the right as if Africa, now we are just waiting for the Western to come and rescue us, to say, yes, Africans, see, have Ebola, we're dying because of malaria, so they must come and rescue us, the way they write about Africa. Meanwhile, they are the one who can't survive without Africa, because Western countries are nothing without Africa. And when we check Western countries, for them to survive, they need minerals from Africa. They need all the resources from Africa. So, writing that essay of like the San people being like killed by the commando squad, that thing like triggers emotions, as an Africanist who believe the land must belong to us, the land must be given to us. So, writing that thing, I become frustrated to say, okay, the land was taken before 1939 Land Act. So, this land was taken due to this and this and this. This land was taken because the San were using that land to hunt, all those things. Then Bonara thought, no, this land is well resourced, so we must take this land. So, they took this land through us. Not through a thing to say, no, we are going to Parliament, we'll write to England to say this and this and this, give us the land. They took that land. Within a space of 2 months, they killed more than 500 males. And they checked the population of the San people during that time, it was around 30,000. So, you see, when like you kill males, it means you're killing the nation, So, they killed like more than 500 within a space of 2 months. So even that thing of emakishini, I think yasukela lapho to say they took women with basebenza emakishini, then bona bathatha abantwana basebenza emaplazini, which they took the land which is not belonging to them. So into engikwatisayo, or the thing that triggers emotions to me, was that when we check the 1913 Land Act, so South Africa, black South Africans or African people, they only reserved 10% of the land for them. Tina, only 10% of the land was reserved for us, to say, no, Nina, this 10% of the land is for you, then the 90%. And I check even the places where they give us the land. It's only outer Skaces and Makas, which is not a good place. As I said before, we are spiritual people as Africans. We need to be closer with nature. That's why I always say to people, or maybe they don't understand me when I say, my God is nature. I don't believe in the God of let's leave those things, but it's nature. So I believe as African people, we must be close to nature, must be in the places which will keep us being progressive. So Imakas is killing us in a way. First thing first, to kill a person is to kill their spirituality. That's the first thing first. So no, check, we have only that 10% of the land. Then even when after 1994 and everything, they will tell you with the only land we can be able to claim with the land which was taken after 1913. So what about the previous years? With the land was taken from there? So I was like, fuck. When I checked to say, when I'm writing there, I see, man, good, okay, like emotions are getting triggered to say those people who took the land, they've done this, they've done this, they've done this, but they didn't took the land peacefully to say no, siyacela bafana neBhayibheli bathandaza ukuthi no, amen, umhlaba sekuwena. They killed our African people. They raped those bastards. They did everything which was bad to the African people. So no, when I'm writing there, come to my attention to say, even now, PAC was given the position of land reform and what and rural development. But anyway, shooting now the minister, which is the president of the Pan-Africanist Congress, can only give back the land which was taken after 1913. So you see how this thing contradicts itself. To say, now you're giving me the land which was taken after 1913. What about the previous years? Should we are saying no, because now we are bound by the constitution of the country, you know. So anyway, man, I like, my statement was like, as a history student, akumelanga sibe emotional or sibe check now. More marks, definitely sure by the statement. Yeah, but anyway, man, I believe as Africans, because land is everything to us. Land is power, land is money. Land land is everything. So now even there are people who've been trying to apply Iguma higher institution and everything ever since 2020, 2019 and everything, but they can't get in due to we don't have our own land to build our own institution. So this thing will goes back to say I have another different view about now decolonization. You say we speak about decolonization, it's fine. We can decolonize education, we can decolonize our mindset. But not the use of decolonizing ourselves without having the land. But anyway, I will say, let's educate ourselves about the importance of land. Let us take back our land. In the process of taking back the land, let it go hand in hand with decolonization. So that we can say we have decolonized, then we have the land back, we'll be able to build our institution. Yeah, but I believe Zimbabwe have taken a step to say, Mugabe, we are taking back the land. And that's in South Africa, we have failed them because still our leaders are the puppets. They are being used. Everyone. There, but they're being used. Yeah, but they don't really have the power to they are the ones supposed to assist Zimbabwe. Because check now, they've taken the land, but Zimbabwe on my economic sanctions. Very one who's supposed to help our African brothers. Buba siko kule mesle now. Yeah, but so Baba Shanga economic sanctions. Equal people have the land, but they are hung. They'll end up doing what? They are hungry, they don't have resources to work on the land. They'll end up doing what? They'll end up selling the land again. That's how the whites will come again. If ever, as Africans, we're able to practice socialism as South African society, if ever we manage. So, we're not the only march and march that I will support. We'll march and march that will be done against white people to give back the land. Those ones who would see okay, it's fine. Do that, Africans. Do that, fellow Africans. But the main economic thing is the land. Don't tell me they have title deed, they have everything. None. Those title deed were poor. Those title deed didn't come to say they were given, but saying it and even this thing of government paying for the land for us to get back the land, it's wrong. It's very wrong. They have the title deed, but does the land belong to them? Nah, that's the question. That's the only match and match I will support when you say we are going to the white people and taking back the land.